SatNet LEO Group 13, Y3. CASC successfully launched a Long March 12, LM12, CZ12, rocket with the SatNet LEO Group 13 mission from Launch Complex 2, LC2, at the Wenchang Commercial Space Launch Site, WCSLS, located at Wenchang, Hainan, China. This launch flew 9 Guowang satellites, designated as Hulianwang Digui 13 ABCDEFGHI, to low Earth orbit, LEO. The flight took place on Monday, November 10, at 2 hours and 41 minutes Coordinated Universal Time, UTC, or at 10 hours and 41 minutes China Standard Time, CST. Guowang. Guowang, literal translation National Network, officially Satellite Internet Series Satellites, Pinyin, Wuxing Hulianwang Zili Wuxing, is a Chinese low Earth orbit satellite internet megaconstellation to create a system of worldwide internet coverage. It was created by the China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, CASC, a firm backed by the Chinese Academy of Space Technology, CASC. The project was started in 2022 as a rival to the Starlink satellite constellation installed by SpaceX, and plans to be constituted of over 13,000 satellites by the project's end. Around 6,000 of the planned satellites are expected to orbit between 500 and 600 kilometers, comparable to Starlink, and around 7,000 in a higher orbit at around 1,145 kilometers. All satellites launched so far have been placed either in the higher orbits of the second group at around 1,145 kilometers, or in an orbit around 900 kilometers. Since April 2025, the program has launched 14 experimental series, Jishishiyan, satellites and 95 operational satellites, divided into high Earth orbit, Jiaogui, and low Earth orbit, Digui, series.
Long March 12, LM12, CZ12. The Long March 12, Pinyin, Changqing 12, abbreviated LM12 for export or CZ12 within China, is a Chinese medium-lift launch vehicle carrier rocket. The manufacturer is Shanghai Academy of Spaceflight Technology, SAST. It is capable of placing at least 12 tons, 26,000 pounds, of payload in low Earth orbit, LEO, and at least 6 tons, 13,000 pounds, in a 700 kilometers, 430 miles, sun-synchronous orbit, SSO. Its first launch took place on November 30, 2024 from the Hainan International Commercial Aerospace Launch, HAICL, site on Hainan Island. There is also a planned reusable version of the rocket, the CZ-12A. Efforts are currently underway to verify stage reusability technology via vertical takeoff, vertical landing, VTVL, tests.
Wenchang Commercial Space Launch Site, WCSLS. The Wenchang Commercial Space Launch Site, WCSLS, located at Wenchang, Hainan, is China's first commercial space launch site, and fifth space launch site. The launch site started construction in July 2022, and put into service in 2024. The Wenchang Commercial Space Launch Site is built and operated by Hainan International Commercial Aerospace Launch Co., Limited, HAICL, a joint venture of the Hainan government and 3 state-owned conglomerates. In China, a commercial space center is a site owned by an entity other than the government or military. Construction of the site started in July 2022, and the Launch Complex 1 was finished on December 29, 2023. The second pad was finished by the end of May 2024, with 19 different rockets from 9 companies expected to launch using Launch Complex 2, LC2. China Academy of Space Technology, CASC. The China Academy of Space Technology, CASC, Pinyin, Zhongguo Kongjian Jishu Yanjiuyuan, is a Chinese space agency and subordinate of China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC. The agency was founded on February 20, 1968, and is the main spacecraft development and production facility in China. On April 24, 1970, CASC successfully launched China's first artificial satellite Dongfanghong First. China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC. The China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC, is a main contractor for the Chinese space program. It is state-owned and has subsidiaries which design, develop and manufacture a range of spacecraft, launch vehicles, and ground equipment. It also has a division for strategic and tactical missile systems. CASC was officially established in July 1999 as part of a Chinese government reform drive, having previously been one part of the former China Aerospace Corporation. Various incarnations of the program date back to 1956.